finally leave La Cruz.
We are pulling up anchor now in La Cruz, and we've been here 2 weeks. I'm going to show you the growth we have here.
That was shiny 2 weeks ago.
Look at the growth on our rope. Show you the anchor.
See the difference now.
Oh, don't spray, please. We can't even push that off with a brush. Crazy. We're just leaving La Cruz. These are the snorkeling sites we rode our water bikes to that we're passing right now. Wasn't the best snorkeling. One day it was clear, pretty clear, but got really cloudy after that. We're heading to that anchorage that has the X at the top of the screen. We just have to get past the point of Banderas Bay and the rocks that are at the point. So it's about a 37 nautical mile trip. We're hoping that we are going to get some wind soon. Ooh, I see a fin. Not sure what it is yet. Ooh, they're hunting dolphins. They're not going to ride the bow. These are spinner dolphins. Well, the ones we've been seeing were spinner, the ones that jump up and spin in the air. Just as I said that, one did it right in front of us. Here we are, just put anchor down in Ensenada, El Toro. It's about 37 nautical miles from the La Cruz anchorage in Banderas Bay. And the sun is going to be setting pretty soon. We sailed most of the way. So we motored out of Banderas Bay and then sailed pretty well all the way to the top of this bay. Andrew has just checked the anchor, and we're in 3.5 meters of water under our keel. What does it look like there?
Oh, it's all nice, beautiful sand. Our chain had been covered in barnacles from our anchorage in Puerto Vallarta after just 2 weeks. And I've left the barnacle covered part in the sand. Hopefully it'll scrub it off.
We're leaving tomorrow morning, or tomorrow sometime later.
I gotta scrub the bottom. It's such a mess.
We have a bearded boat.
After spending a couple hours scraping our hull, we sail to San Blas. We stay there overnight and then pull up anchor the next morning. It was a very calm anchorage. This morning we're thinking that we're just going to head right across to La Paz. So the wind's going to make us go north for a bit this morning, and as it turns we'll start making our way across the bay. So we're just going to follow our wind to La Paz.
Good morning, Sunday morning. You can see the time, our local time there, and our little boat. This is the time that we were actually, the wind's letting us turn towards La Paz. There's our degrees, so we want to stay maybe about 40 to 45, the AWA, apparent wind angle, so I can still take some more degrees. That means I can take it to the port. That's west where we want to go. There's our course over the ground. And our autopilot is in the green, so it's pushing us a little bit against where we want to go, probably the current. There our boat has now turned. Yay! We've been making a straight line up from those islands all night. And the little square here is Mazatlan. About 20 more miles, we should be on the same latitude approximately as Mazatlan. Hit the sweet spot of being able to turn the wind. Now I've zoomed in so you can see our track. The bottom line is where we were heading west, but we were kind of going south. At that course we were headed directly to Fiji if we kept going. And we tacked, and now we've been slowly lifted. Our little orange dot of a moon. We've had full moon here too, as we've been sailing in the evenings. It's really nice to have that. There's our sunrise, a very pink red sky. The moon has just gone down. Sun should be coming up 6 a.m. Sun should be coming up any minute now. Okay, this is what happens to metal on a boat with salt water. Corrosion. So this whole piece is crumbled. The part that attaches to here, the metal piece that comes out of there, is disintegrated and broken. And we can't just get another 220 vacuum, so we have to figure out, jerry-rig something here. Just put on the engines. It's 9 a.m. We have no wind out here, so it's the first time putting on the engines. We've been going 1 or 2 knots for the last 3-4 hours. Got it out of the vacuum end. So what I'm doing is twisting it to bring it away from the side of the plastic and eventually pull it out like I did for the other piece. Now that I have all this apart, I will have to use the vacuum like this. Sort of like a car vac now. I'll just have the plastic pipe in here and the nozzle on the end, and I will be bending over and vacuuming, but at least I can vacuum. That's my chore for today. In the middle of the ocean, going from, where do we go from? San Blas, Mexico to La Paz. And there's my working scene. So a few hours later, our little pigeon is still here. He actually came in the cabin and I had to pick him up and put him out the front hatches. But he came back. He just did a circle around the boat, landed on the spreaders, and then came back here. He was cuckooing a little bit earlier, talking to us. Now our little bird's walking around the cabin here. He's on my night gear. He's made a few rounds of this. Hey, sweetie, I don't think I want you pooping on my night gear. Can you find a better place to go? You've got pretty blue eyeshadow around your eyes. Are you a homing pigeon? Are you supposed to go home? Good morning. It is Monday, April 26th. I'll say happy birthday to Andrew. We are just off of the point of land where La Paz is. This is the sportiest ride that we've had since Punta Mala in Panama. We saw 3-meter seas this morning on my shift. We are seeing land out there. It's about 25 miles off of the coast now. It's over there in the haze. The wind has calmed down considerably in the seas in the last hour. There's our location. Off the point. Zoom out so you can see a little bit better. There we are. And that dot, that X up there is our destination. So we've been sailing. Andrew put down the motors for about an hour and a half last night. And then I came on shift and we started sailing again. Our speeds have slowed down considerably. I was seeing over 10 knots there for a bit. Our wind instruments are not quite working right now. Don't know if a bird sat on it or what. Not our birdie. He left last night after sleeping for a few hours. And here's the birthday boy. Happy birthday on the seas.
Thanks for all the birthday wishes, everybody.
That you haven't seen yet.
I haven't seen them, but yeah, by the time you see this, I will say thank you.
Remember, you guys, when I'm sending out my message from my Garmin, we cannot answer or see your answers, but we can tell you that we're safe or not safe. So that's all that's important until we get to internet. Whoa! Was even worried it was going to rain last night. Look at these clouds. There's our sunrise, the clouds. It's friggin' cold out there sailing last night. It was so cold. And 18 is cold when you're sailing with 31 knots of wind in your face. It was cold. Anchor down in La Paz. Made it here safely. Barely. That was a crazy night last night. Coming in here. Woo, 35 knot winds and big seas.
We arrived in La Paz just 2 days ago and it is just beautiful here.